Hey guys, so we are back again with heavy rain, and I do apologize, it's been a little bit since I have uploaded another part for this, but between moving to a new state, getting settled into my apartment, job hunting, and having issues with my computer giving me the blue screen of death, I have had issues recording. This is the second time that I have had to play this section, so this is what the demo was, so I'm just going to fly through it as quickly as possible and make a few different choices so that we get different conversation with Lauren. I'll be perfectly honest, this entire section kind of irritates me just because of the QuickTime event fight, which again, this game has been out for quite a while, so I'm not too concerned with spoilers, but these are not even big spoilers. It's just, this controller I have is not the best in the world. It's a very cheap one, and the right trigger and the right stick don't work very well sometimes, so the QuickTime events end up being some of the most frustrating parts about this game, and with Quantic Dream, QuickTime events are their thing, so.
Lauren Winter. Ring any bells?
Nope, can't say it does. Oh, that Lauren Winter. Third floor, last door on the left at the end of the corridor.
Just sold one of your tenants out for $5.
Been looking for weeks. Hope I hit pay dirt this time. Guess I better take the stairs.
Okay. I moved too fast. It cut his thoughts off. Oops. Alright, let's get into this. I genuinely hate this part.
Lauren Winter?
Sorry, I only see clients by appointment.
Wait.
It's $50. I don't kiss and I don't do any weird shit.
Fine by me.
Yeah, fine by me too. Quantic Dream games have this really bad history of inserting in very awkward sex scenes, so I'm glad we're just going to pass that up.
Put your money on
Gonna
the
have to
table.
play my cards
You got
right if I'm gonna
exactly
squeeze
10 minutes
anything
when
out
the
of her.
alarm rings, it's over, okay?
Nice looking girl, but too young to be the sort of girl you find holed up in a dive like this.
Don't slut shame,
Yeah, she
old
keeps
man.
the place pretty ship shape. I've seen whores that didn't give a damn about their living conditions.
Oh my god.
Hey, she thinks I'm a client.
Yeah, I wouldn't want you as a client. You're an asshole. Good lord. You gotta love the old-fashioned thinking.
You should take your clothes off. We ain't got all day.
Actually, I'm not a customer.
Shit, a cop. I should have known. What you want, a freebie? Is that it?
My name is Scott Shelby. I'm a private detective. The families of the victims of the origami killer asked me to investigate the murders. I came here just to ask you some questions about Johnny.
I already told the police all I know and I have nothing to add. Leave me alone.
I always can't really figure out what I need to ask her.
The killer is walking around free as we speak. He'll kill again if he's not arrested.
My Johnny's dead, so what difference does it make?
I want to get, decent conversation from her.
There'll be other victims if we don't stop the killer. You have got to help me, Lauren. You may know something that can aid the investigation.
Help you? There's nothing you can do! My son's dead, do you hear me? He's dead!
If we don't find the killer, there'll be other mothers who find their son's body on a deserted wasteland. But you're right. Why should you care? It's not your problem anymore, right?
That's one thing they say a lot of in this game. They use the word wasteland over and over and over again, and it stops sounding like a real word. I don't know. It's really
What do you
awkward.
want to know?
Another spot where I have to be careful about
Tell
what
me
I
about
pick.
Johnny. What kind of kid was he?
Johnny was really a good boy. Sometimes he fought with other kids who called me a,
In his own way, I think he understood what was going on.
Tell me about Johnny's father.
A loser without a job who liked to beat me after a few drinks. He left the day Johnny disappeared. I ain't seen him since. Coward. Good thing he left.
She's not my favorite character, but I honestly do feel bad for her. And
You want one?
I don't know.
No thanks,
I
quit.
do like her in some ways, but there are
That's
certain things that happen later on that I feel worse for her, I suppose.
Did you suspect anyone after he disappeared?
I meet a lot of pretty shady characters in my line of work. Sure, I thought of it at first. But it didn't seem to make any sense. I don't believe any of my clients could have done that to my Johnny and all those other kids.
It would be a weird coincidence, wouldn't it?
How did your son disappear?
He used to go play with the neighborhood kids after school. It was pouring down something awful that day. I'll never forget it. All his friends came home around 5. All except him.
Okay, so I did better than I did during the demo, at least. So we got some more information from her that we missed out on.
Time's up, Mr. Shelby. I hope you got what you wanted. Now get out of here.
I can't blame her for being angry. I wouldn't want to relive all of that either, so... Especially knowing that the last thing she saw was
I
her
didn't learn
son's
squat.
body.
Well, it's worth a try. I'll leave my card on the kitchen table. You never know. Well, if you remember anything, the smallest detail, give me a call.
All right.
No point in pushing it. She's not going to tell me anymore.
No,
I gotta get out of here.
You'd probably piss her off, so let's get out of here. Alright, Scotty boy. Part of me thinks you should be using some medication other than just an emergency inhaler, but that's just me. Got several family members with severe asthma, and they are not just going to carry around, like, only
Lauren!
their emergency inhaler.
Lauren, open up, baby. It's me.
Troy, what are you doing here? I already told you I
Oh,
don't
this part.
Sorry,
Goddamn
Del,
asthma.
but I really wanted to see ya.
And it's not going to get any better this friggin' weather.
I don't want to do this part.
That guy just forced his way into Lauren's place.
No shit,
Sounds like the
Sherlock.
room's getting rearranged, and not in a good way.
Good way, quote unquote.
What do you want, asshole?
Lauren!
Another thing,
Is everything all
the
right?
way they say asshole.
She's just swell. Now beat it, loser.
It's very much like
You again?
a director
If you're
that doesn't
looking for
speak
trouble, you
English
found
very
it.
well that's trying to
Gonna beat
get
the
them
shit out of
to
you.
read the script. Oh, come on. Read the script, like 100%. I'm trying to talk and I can't talk and focus on this at the same time. This controller's not good for these QTE fights.
Troy, stop or I call the cops! Troy, I will call the cops!
Come on. Come on, come on. Bam, right in the face. Come on, I'm doing good so far. Yep. Oh, ow. You like that fridge, don't you, buddy? Come on. punching me right in the kidneys. Smack me in the head with a head.
I'll see you again, asshole.
Yeah, see, there it is again.
Are you alright?
Better than him, I guess. Who is he?
An ex-client who thinks he owns me. He was getting violent, and I told him I didn't want to see him anymore.
Seriously, it's like the director
You should be careful.
had
He'll
them
probably be back.
reading the script
Sorry about the mess.
deadpan sometimes, just
Mr. Shelby.
phonetically, and it just comes
Yeah.
out really weird.
Thanks.
Alright, just get out of here, buddy. You've impressed her, you can stop trying.
God. Oh.
And it's my boy, Agent Norman Jaden, FBI. Love him, he's my favorite. Yeah, his issues with the tryptocane drug, it really doesn't come up as much as it honestly needs to, and that's kind of a shame because it's definitely something interesting that I feel that they could have gone into more detail about. Missed opportunity, but the character's still interesting regardless. This first scene with him though is kind of
My hands are trembling.
tedious.
I gotta keep my act together.
If only
At least
because
for
I've
now.
done it like multiple times already.
Reporters. Already. They seem well informed. Goddamn rain. Hasn't stopped pouring since I arrived. I'm really gonna love it here.
So you got news vultures,
name's
rain,
what was it?
and a murder.
Blake. Lieutenant Carter Blake. Yeah, that's it.
Bad day all around, I guess.
The zone is sectioned off, sir. Please step back.
Agent Norman Jaden, FBI.
You got a badge or something, Mr. Jaden?
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Check. You can pass.
I'm
Da-da-da.
looking for Lieutenant Blake. Is he around?
I saw him arrive earlier. He's here somewhere.
You're so
Thanks.
helpful. I had this issue during the demo too. It's like, there it is. You walk up to it and expect it to just let you in, but I don't know. It's really weird. It happened whenever I used to play it on the PS3 as well.
Video memo recording. Agent 47023, Norman Jaden. Tuesday, October 4th, 2011. Time is 8:14 a.m.
Those things are super cool though. I would want some. I mean, it would probably make my migraines even worse, but at the same time, the technology is just really cool. There's a name that popped up there that comes up again later, but he didn't even make a comment about it. That's weird. See, this is the sad thing about me having played this game before and then playing it now, is that I know a lot of these little
I'm looking for Lieutenant Carter Blake.
things that just pop up randomly that you don't know are significant until
Thanks.
you've already finished the game. Probably finished the game multiple times depending on how you
Some
play.
orchid pollen. The concentration of pollen in the air is quickly decreasing because of the rain, but it gets higher in the direction of the body.
Alright, more traveling around. I'm gonna get as many different little things as I can. This is different, though. I'm not used to meeting Blake over here. He's usually all the
Lieutenant
way on the
Blake?
other end.
I'm Agent Norman Jaden from the FBI. I went by your office this morning. They told me you'd be here.
Now, if you're looking for rain, dead bodies, and highways, you come to the right place. Mike, will you tell that asshole with the bulldozer to stop for 5 minutes? I can't hear myself think here.
Right away, Lieutenant.
Okay, so it's no secret that Carter Blake is
Well,
my least
are you
favorite
coming,
character
Jake?
in this game, which is saying something because there's several
So,
characters I just strongly
what
dislike.
happened?
Some
I
guy
hate talking
taking his
to
dog
this
for a
man.
piss found a body about 6 o'clock this morning. We don't know much more right now. Based on what
And
we've seen,
he
looks like
just-
the work of the origami killer.
Origami killer. He just
Has the
makes
body
life
been
so
identified?
difficult for no good
not
reason.
yet. We should know more later today. Any news on the coroner?
So he's going to be
On
a
his
lot
way,
of fun in
Lieutenant.
this part.
We've been waiting for an hour, for fuck's sake.
There are a lot of people on the crime scene. Aren't you afraid your men might destroy some clues?
You don't find proof sitting behind a desk. We're not in the habit of trampling things into the ground, even if we're not in the FBI.
Oh yeah, I forgot. That's why
No, of course not. That's not what I
he's
meant.
jealous. That's why he's just pissed off because
Any
Norman got brought
witnesses?
in on the case.
None yet. Given the neighborhood, I'd be surprised if anybody saw anything.
He's extremely
Tony,
petty too.
I don't want to see a single shit-stirring journalist within a mile of here. You got it?
Yes, Lieutenant.
I'm thinking I have a foul
Has
mouth.
the time of death been established?
Based on the rigor mortis, must be less than 6 hours ago. We should know more once the coroner has had a look.
Do you have any
Okay.
leads?
My men are going over the scene with a fine-tooth comb. If the killer left anything behind, we'll find it. Listen,
See,
I'm
that's
a little
not very
busy
accurate
here.
because
Why don't
I
we
end up
discuss all
finding
this
a
a
ton
little
of
later,
stuff that
back
you
at the
guys
office?
didn't notice.
Oh, no problem. I understand. Do you mind if I have a look around?
Be my guest.
Because I have these super awesome techie
Hey,
glasses.
Jade. You come and see me if you find anything, okay? We're on the same team now.
That's why they put me on the case. And that's why you're angry. Alright, back into it we go. Just basically going to go through the entire area and
Very
examine
cool.
everything that we
Sample of no
can,
interest. Comes from one of the
whether
policemen
it's
present on the
relevant
waste
or not. Once upon a time there was like an achievement or something for doing all of this, but I just like to be thorough. Or at least as thorough as it'll let me be. Of course, a lot of these things are just going to be the police officers' shoe prints in the mud and things like that.
Harry, comment. The victim is lying on his back. No visible signs of violence.
This is so cool, though. Seriously, if we were able to do this in real
His face is
life,
covered with mud.
it would make
like the other victims.
homicide investigations so much easier. Like, just the little bit of information we're getting from this quick
An orchid
scan
was placed on the
would
victim's
be able
chest.
to, you know, figure out the killer's MO and prevent any repeat killings from happening because we'd be able to predict them a little
Superficial
better.
wound on the right thigh. Blood analysis suggests it could be post-mortem. Probably a scratch that occurred when the body was being moved. The blood report indicates an advanced and long-lasting state of exhaustion.
It's just really cool that we can figure all this out just from scanning the body with this bit of technology.
A small origami figure in the right hand. Fingers were probably closed after the time of death. The victim is Jeremy Bowles, declared missing 5 days ago. See reference file.
Okay, so we got everything with the body itself. Now let's go look around a little bit
Airy
more.
comment, sample of no interest, comes from one of the policemen present on the wasteland.
Of course, because you got the cops walking around and just trampling all over the evidence. Now there are some very specific things you want to get to, but
Very common. Pollen particles disappear in the tall grass. It's
this
probably
whole
the end of the
area,
trail.
though, it's very difficult to actually miss anything that's actually important because it's kind of leading
Very
you.
common. Traces of blood on the railroad track. Analysis confirms it comes from the victim.
So it's like basically you have no choice but to go in this particular direction. Which again, we've already seen this in the demo, so...
Footprints continue just after the pollen trail. There's a good chance that they're the killers.
No, you think?
Very common. There are traces of blood on the fence behind the railroad line. It comes from the victim. The killer came this way with the body and probably grazed it on his way through the fence.
Well, if he slid down that muddy hill, that's not surprising. Alright, let's get up here. Come on. Norman's probably just thinking, the things I do for my job. I'm gonna need a new suit, gonna need new shoes, gonna need a new coat. Overworked, underpaid, no control over my life. If anybody gets that particular reference, then wow, you're old, and hey, you have good taste in old PC role-playing games.
There's a good chance that they're the killers.
Alright, we're almost through here.
Very common. Tire tracks on the side of the road behind the railroad line. Or maybe the killer's car. I think I've seen all there is to see.
Alright, let's get out of here. Well, nah, we'll do this again. We did it during the demo too. I don't know why, but that always makes me laugh. Alright. Gotta make our way back down, and then we gotta get to our car. Okay, here we go. Gotta make sure I don't screw this up because I don't want him to fall. It's always embarrassing every time I screw up and he falls. Trying to be good to my Agent Jaden here. He goes through a lot of crap in this game and he deserves so much better. Okay.
I think I've seen enough. Better get back to the station before I catch pneumonia.
That's a good
There's a
plan.
railroad track
And you're
near
already
everybody, isn't
sneezing.
there? Same as all the other victims. Way too many people here. They're trampling all over the crime scene.
Yep, like I've said multiple times now.
I'm heading back to the office. You staying?
No, I've seen enough. I'm leaving too.
Did I just kick Blake in the back and knock him into a puddle? That'd be swell. Okay, you're gonna do this to me again? Come on, let me through. Give me a prompt. Let me through. There you go. He's very much like a proto Connor from Detroit. They're very similar types of characters. Jaden's just as awkward too, which is kind of funny. Okay, so first part of the investigation done and over with once again, and we move along with the rest of the story. Oh, hello again, Ethan. Your life sucks, man.
A bat.
I'm gonna try and pick
A fox.
some of the more positive responses if I'm able to.
A crab.
See if that affects how his story changes later on.
Death.
Of course, can't really avoid that. They were all horrible on that one.
Death.
This is a cool setup too, just the whole brain scan thing. It's just he's wearing this little thing on his head and it automatically transmits to the computer what mood he's feeling. That's really
I have the
cool.
results of your MRI scans. Everything seems to be normal. There is no physical damage from the accident. However, I am worried about your psychological condition. I know it's not easy, but you've got to start over, Ethan. You're not responsible for what happened.
It's my fault Jason is dead. He'd still be alive if I'd been looking out for him.
It was an accident. Accidents happen every day. You can't blame yourself forever for your son's death. How is Shaun?
He's a very solitary kid, very focused within himself. He's really close to his mother. With me, he's more distant.
And what about you, Ethan? What do you feel?
I no longer want to live. I have no reason to continue.
Not even for your son, Shaun.
I couldn't save Jason. Shaun doesn't need a father like me.
Is there something else you wanted to tell me, Ethan?
Yeah, we should be as honest as possible about this one.
I sometimes have these blackouts.
I won't call it schizophrenia
Times
because
when I don't know what I'm doing.
that's not what schizophrenia is anyways.
I recover consciousness sometime later, but I'm someplace else. And I have no idea how I got there. Do you think this could be related to the accident?
You suffered a
That's
massive concussion and were in a coma for
Definitely
6 months.
the most accurate way to
We
describe
really
what's
don't
happening.
know what effect a shock like that can have on the brain. That's the end of this session. We'll continue this conversation next week.
Okay.
You were lucky,
Time to
Ethan.
head back home.
It's very rare to survive such a traumatic accident.
I don't exactly feel lucky, Doctor.
Yeah, Ethan's life is just sad. There's so much horribleness and just sadness going on with this guy, and it just gets worse and worse and worse. Oh, this part. Time to play with the saddest kid on the block.
How did things go at school today?
The teacher yelled at me for being late again. She's gonna send me home the next time it happens.
Just yell at the dad.
I'm
Don't
sorry
yell at
about
the
that.
kid.
Next time, we'll really pull it together, okay? Is something the matter, Shaun?
No, I'm alright.
This is a kid suffering from depression, and he looks like he has a bruise around his eye.
Do you want to eat something? Aren't you gonna go play with the other kids?
I don't feel like it.
Yeah, Ethan, take the kid to therapy with you at some point. It might help. Might help you both.
I haven't been on a seesaw in a long time. What
'Cause
do you think?
You're like massive, dude.
Yeah.
Come on. I'm trying to steer and it's not working out. Okay, now it's gonna let me do things.
Come on, Dad, make me fly.
It's a 10 or 11-year-old kid at this point. Maybe something like that. Seesaw should not be that exciting, but at least he's laughing and interacting with his dad, so I guess that's what actually matters here. We're just gonna keep going and try to do the best we can to keep this kid smiling for as long as possible. I remember doing seesaws like this with my dad at one point when I was really small, and I have to say, bouncing that hard on the seat is not fun at all.
What about that merry-go-round? I bet I can push you so fast you won't be able to stay on it.
Great.
His line reads are still really strange, both of them. What about that merry-go-round? You know, that one that I have my hand on right now? Or at least I would have my hands on if it would give me the prompts to actually do things.
Go on, Dad.
Come on.
As fast as you can.
I'm just gonna keep doing this until it tells me to stop.
Come on, faster, faster.
Because we're gonna make this kid as happy as can be. Woo! Father of the Year, yay! Happy, happy, happy. God, that kid has the creepiest face. Not quite as creepy as the Twilight baby, but still creepy.
Whoa. I think my head is spinning.
Good training for astronauts, though.
Aww. How cute. Alright. My favorite, the swing. Let's
You
do
want to go
this.
play on the swing? I'll push you.
Okay.
Ugh, squishy ground. There. And I don't have the ability to... What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Okay. It's like my controller doesn't have the motion sensor that the PS3 controller did, so it's not like I could just do what I used to do in the game when I played it on the console and just yoink my controller downwards. I didn't know what the prompt was gonna be. Okay. So the right stick's not working very well, so this is kind of awkward. We're having so much fun! Oh, we're done? Okay.
That was cool.
Was it really? At least you're happy.
Looks like rain's coming. I think we better
Again.
go.
Okay.
Alright, let's get out of here.
You know, sometimes I remember before. I mean, when Jason was still here. Sometimes I wish everything could just be the way it was before.
Me too, Shaun. Me too.
You both need some serious therapy. You need a family therapist. You need all three of you to get together and go through this together instead of separating the family out. The dad obviously has problems, the kids got problems, the wife has problems.
Hey Dad, can I have a ride on the carousel? Can I?
Sure. Go pick a horse and get on. I'll get a ticket.
While it's raining. It's definitely raining at this point. Come on.
One, please.
That's $1.
Oh, the carousel ride's cheaper than the balloon was. For some reason, this just genuinely looks like the creepiest merry-go-round. And of course, the distorted music and distorted visuals don't help anything. Ethan's just having a bad week here. Bad couple of years, bad day, bad life. Guy needs help. Oh, I'm okay. I am so glad they decided to save me from that on their own. Oh yeah, I remember this part now. Man, Ethan, if you thought your life was bad before, about to get a whole lot worse, dude. Okay, so there's really not much that's going to be in this spot. It would have probably been my first thought too. But that is the weirdest yell. He picks it up. Shaun! Press A to Shaun. I shouldn't be making jokes. This is actually really tragic. Actually, a lot of this has been really tragic and I've been making jokes, but... Alright, let's search the house. At least it's taking over for some of this automatically. I don't think I could have steered him well enough if he was running.